Okay, so when I did the level up challenge, I got up and walked away. When I came back, I realized this text on the left is no good. It's really sort of sinking into this background. And the problem is that there's just not enough contrast. I've got these light letters against this relatively dark background, but then it gets a little bright down here, and that's causing some problems because it gets a little bit difficult to see those elements of the E. Now, when I'm working on it originally, I didn't see that because I was so focused on my text. I knew what it said and I had just typed it in. So I was still so focused on the size of the type that I couldn't see the contrast. Stepping away and coming back solved that problem for me. So I have a really cool trick that I like to use. And I'm sure that a lot of people use this trick, but it's one that I stumbled on accidentally. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create a style, and we're going to create a glow on this text. But instead of a normal glow, like you would think, kind of looking like it's bright, we're going to create a black glow. And this is a really cool trick, and it's also going to teach us about styles in Photoshop. So what we want to do is make sure that we're on the proper layer. We want to be on the venue layer. And then down here, we want to click on the Add a Layer Style button. And when we click that, you can see that we get a whole bunch of different options. And what we want to do is we want to create an outer glow. Now, here is my little trick. The first thing is that I changed my blending mode to normal for this. And you can see that already the glow is on there. I can turn up the spread and the size. Again, it's a visual process, right? That's not really helping. But here's my trick. I changed the blend mode to normal. I turn my opacity up. And I'm going to change the color from white to black. A black glow. It sounds kind of contradictory, but you see what it does? It really just sort of darkens the area immediately around my letters and helps them stand out from the background. So then I just kind of play with the spread and size a little bit. You know, how do I want this to look? And I think I like the spread being a little bit lower. And again, I'm not using values. It doesn't matter what these numbers are. I don't care what they are. The numbers don't matter. What matters is the way that it affects my image. Now we're going to edit out part of this video as I explore, but I want you to feel the freedom to explore and see how it affects your image. But as I make different settings and choose different options, I just always like to explore them, even when I follow a tutorial, just to kind of learn a little bit more. This is a trick that I like to use a lot. It's my little black glow trick. And you can see that it just makes that text really stand out. So I tell it okay, and there we go. And my text really stands out where before I felt like it was sinking in a little bit to the background. Now this is a cool effect, and I may want to use this again. And I wanted to show you also, when you stumble on a style, layer style, you do all those effects and it starts to look really cool, you can actually save these as a preset. So I'm going to click on this layer, venue, and then I'm going to open the styles panel. It's right up here. And then from the styles panel, the way that I like to always save my styles is I'm going to just choose this new styles button. Another way that you can do this is you can, from this menu, choose new style, but I like to use this button over here in the interface. That's sort of a shortcut for creating new styles. And I also know that in Photoshop, this means new. Just like when I make a new layer in Photoshop, I use this icon. Look, it's the same exact icon, a little piece of paper. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to call this black glow. And I click OK. And now that style is saved in my styles panel. So I can reuse this. I can click on other text or other elements, even in a different document, and I can reapply this black glow trick. So that's a really great way to save your styles and keep them for reusing them a little bit later.